All right, so before the Brexit and shortly after the Brexit commencement, a lot of us who are immigrants in the United Kingdom would always like to fly to our home country or to Africa, you know, through KLM, Air France, and a couple of them. Just like KLM and Air France, they were my favorite airlines. Unfortunately, they are no longer my favorite, because of the stress or the restrictions they have currently that one must have to apply for what is it called transit visa before you can fly KLM, before you can get to France to transit to your home country. Honestly, that was really, really a hard work to many Africans in the UK, because the stress of applying and getting a transit visa, it's a whole lot. And flying British Airways direct to my home country, Lagos, Abuja, it's quite exorbitant, yes, for a lot of us. And remember the restriction British Airways has when it comes to baggage requirements. Sometimes, if not always, a passenger is meant to pay for their luggage. Yes. So it's really challenging because you can't expect people traveling from here to Africa not to travel with their luggage, not to travel, buy things for their loved one, to just go with handbag or 13 kg, 11 kg, as the case may be. For those who use British Airways, you can correct me if I said anything that is wrong. All right, so I shall be talking about 7 different airlines that you can fly either of them to your home country, without requiring you to get transit visa. Yes, before I go on, my name is Chinyere Ojike. Welcome to my channel. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave your questions, and keep coming back for more. So number one on my list is the earpiece. Yes, as we all know. Anyway, I am proud to say this, and I am really thankful to say this. This is not a sponsored post because I shall be talking about other airlines. They did not sponsor me to make this video. Please, YouTube. I am just making this content to help my friends and families out there who might be wondering which airline am I to, to fly to my home country directly that wouldn't require me to get a transit visa, especially if they're coming into the UK or leaving the UK. So number one is the earpiece. As we all know, recently on the 30th of March 2024, Airpeace recently flagged off their operation in and out of outside the UK Gatwick airport, precisely in London. They started their full operation from that 30th, and every day in and out, they are flying to Nigeria at affordable rates. The good news is this: they have connecting flights from different local airports in Nigeria. Let's have a look, especially their fares. It's something that is very much affordable to somebody who is already in the UK, even those coming from outside, because before now, people used to pay exorbitant, flight fares, 2 million, 4 million for first class. Is it first class? Business class. Yes, it's the same as first class. But now, Airpeace has really made a lot of all these airways to cut down on their flight fares. Meanwhile, do you want to know how much you would be paying if you are flying down from Gatwick to Lagos Airport, or if you are flying in from Lagos Airport to Gatwick, the United Kingdom? It's just around, in fact, let's call it £800. That's really fantastic for everybody wishing to fly, rather than the exorbitant 1,000 plus or £2,000 you were supposed to pay previously before now. So now let me give you the breakdown of all other local airports in Nigeria where Airpeace have their connecting flights to Lagos or to Abuja. Then you fly down to London, and how long it will take you to do all that. If you're flying from Lagos to Gatwick or from Gatwick Airport to Lagos, it's only 6 hours 40 minutes. One flight non-stop. And if you are flying from Abuja to Gatwick, it's just 20 hours 40 minutes for the price of £1,069. This price might change. I don't work with Airpeace. I'm just giving you an idea in case you are planning to take this route. You know an idea of how much fare you are expected to pay. And from Port Harcourt to Gatwick is just 20 hours 45 minutes as well. Just £1,083. rough estimate, what I saw online, please. This price might vary, you know. And if you're flying from Ibadan to the UK, is just 25 hours, 45 minutes, just two stops, you know, from Ibadan to Lagos, from Lagos to Gatwick, and is just 1,245 pounds, what I saw online, not me. If you're flying from Benin City, worry, yes, it's just 25 hours, 50 minutes, and it's only one stop. That means you stop in Lagos and then the next flight is coming to London directly. And the price is 1,069 pounds. Oh boy, it's cheap. Oh. And from Enugu to London is just 20 hours, one single stop. And the price is just 1,083 pounds. Sefini. And Calabar is just two stops for 54 hours. Oh boy, that one foul. Be like saying I go sleep somewhere for Lagos. But the price is simply 1,181 pounds. Oh boy, 54 hours, no be here. From Owerri to UK is simply one stop and it's just 21 hours for 1,069 pounds. Finish. So from Owerri Airport, you land in Lagos. From Lagos, you arrive London. Hey, at just 1,069 pounds. Really? Hey, this is sweet too. And those of you know nature, Anambra, we have the Asaba Airport. If you're flying from Asaba, it's just one stop. And the price is 1,069 pounds for a period of 21 hours. Yes, you don't land for London or you don't walk up from London, enter Asaba. Igbo land too. You connect to Anambra to anywhere around Omona Asaba Airport. I go land if I want to go see my people for nature. Then if you're flying from Warri, it's just one stop from Warri to Lagos and it's just 22 hours at the price of 1,206 pounds. You don't land for inside UK or you don't walk up from UK. Enter Warri, Wafe. Is it Warri? I've been a Warri. Then if you're flying to Uyo, that should be Calabar Cross River. Yes, it's just 21 hours at the price of 1,069 pounds. You don't land Uyo. All right, so let's talk about other airlines that do not require you to have a transit visa when flying to your home country, Cameroon, Kenya, Ghana, name them, Somalia, Egypt, all the African countries. Egypt Air is number one on my list. But then it depends on the duration of their transit. Yes, you're gonna get to Egypt first before you enter on board another connecting flight to your home country. And if Egypt is your final destination, you pack off. Yes, you are not required to show any transit visa when you arrive Egypt. No. Ethiopian Airlines is the number 3. They do not require you to show any transit visa. It's not a direct flight because you have to get to Addis Ababa. I think that's the capital of Ethiopia. Depending on where the airline would land you, you stop there, you enter the connecting flight without showing any transit visa to jump in. I record the year that I was leaving UK to Nigeria. Yeah, I was traveling on holiday, 2012. Yes, it was KLM. They flew through what is it called? Dubai. I got to Dubai. I relaxed. I drank a cup of tea. That they charged me almost 5,000 then when I converted the money to naira. But the tea was really good. It was a hot chocolate. So I waited for I think about 5 hours or so before I got on the connecting flight to Nigeria. Nobody asked me for transit visa. Yes, by then exit or whatever has not happened, So the borders were still open for people to fly through without showing proof of transit and blah, blah, blah. Kenya Airways is another one. So Kenyan people, you guys are lucky. If you're flying to your country, you don't need anything. It's just to enter. Anyway, Nigerians are also lucky because Air Peace is here for us now. Yes. But you can as well fly Kenyan Airways if you want to visit Kenya. Because we are planning to go on holiday in Kenya as well. They have these reserves that we want to go see, so you can fly directly without any transit visa. So the next one is Qatar Airways. Man, Qatar Airways flies to Qatar, which is in UAE, I suppose. That's where it is. That means you have to get to Qatar and then jump on the connecting flights to Nigeria, which is still not bad. But the problem with all these things depends on their waiting time. The longest I've ever had to wait was 10 hours or 11 hours when I was flying from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia. Air Maroc, that was the airline that I boarded. My son and myself, and we got to Morocco. We had to wait for about 11 hours. Guess what? I was on my period as a woman. You know what that means? Hey, Jesus, sorry to say this. And they did not put us in a hotel to rest. Hey, goodness me, I suffered under Pontius Pilate. Let me not scare you with the stories of a whole lot that happened to me. In fact, I was distressed, tired, flabbergasted, exhausted, put all the third that you know. I hate having to wait for a long period of time, for a connecting flight. It's killing, to be honest. So the another one is the Rwanda Airlines. This is another one. You might try them out, depending if you want to see yourself for Rwanda. Where UK, they are moving people to Rwanda this time around. They are moving refugees to Rwanda. Obiadho, the UK, British government. Then the vessel, is it Rwanda? Yes. Correct me if it is not Rwanda. Then Turkish Airlines is another one. A lot of Nigerians, I think they like the Turkish Airways and this Egypt Air and Ethiopian Airlines. These are the ones they like to fly. But now that Airpeace is on ground, I don't think any Nigerian would like to be jumping on a Qatar Airways to fly round and round where you have 6 hours to pay 1,000 plus. Is it 1,000? I think 800 and something pounds to get to Nigeria. So what did they go look for Egypt? What am I looking for in Turkey than to fly directly, to my home country? God bless Airpeace for bringing Airpeace to the UK. May your business thrive, please. Yes, guys, this is it. And this is it for this very content. I really appreciate your time. Subscribe to my channel. Keep coming back for more. Yes, God bless you. You do not have any reason to keep staying in the UK for 5 years without visiting home. Nigeria, here I come. I could be flying in and out, maybe 2 times in a year this time around, one more. But Nigeria, visiting Nigeria or flying to Africa is a capital expenditure, to be honest. It's a whole lot of money because you plan to buy this, buy for this cousin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Yeah.